I am now honored to present the Chancellor of the Tennessee Board of Regents, Mr. John Morgan, who will officially introduce President Glover to the campus family.
Good morning and Happy New Year. I am pleased to be here today to welcome you all back for an exciting new year, and I'm especially pleased to be here to make this introduction. But first I want to thank you, one, for the opportunity to be here today, but also for the progress that you have made and the achievements that you have accomplished during this past 2 years. You have much for which you should be proud, but we all have much to continue to do. As you know, the Tennessee Complete College Act has placed our state at the forefront of the national conversation about education reform. That attention brings with it some important responsibilities for each of our institutions, and particularly for our colleges and universities, and I would suggest particularly for Tennessee State University. The Complete College Act is arguably the boldest attempt by any state to focus the energies and resources of its public higher education enterprise on meeting the state's development needs. As you know by now, the most tangible reflection of that focus is the outcome-based formula, which is heavily influenced by student progress and success, and aligns financial resources to fund strategies that lead to success. This new funding environment has created the strongest incentive for TSU and all of our institutions, frankly, to focus on student success and the strategies that will achieve student success. The central idea is that in order for Tennessee to thrive in a global economy, the education and skill levels of Tennesseans, of all Tennesseans, must improve significantly. The Complete College Act, along with the public agenda that was established by the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, have developed clear linkage between the economic development needs of our state and the aspirations, the appropriate, legitimate aspirations of our higher education systems and our institutions. Our state's goal is to reach the national average education attainment level by 2025. Now, I often say that aspiring to be at the national average doesn't seem very exciting until you realize the effort that it will take for us to achieve that goal. As the largest higher education system in the state, the Tennessee Board of Regents will play a critical role in reaching those goals. In fact, if the state is to be successful, the Tennessee Board of Regents and the institutions have to be successful. If we're not, Tennessee won't be successful in participating fully in a global economy. So to meet our goal, to meet our target, we have to improve outcomes by roughly 3% per year between now and 2025. So simply put, for Tennessee Board of Regents and for Tennessee State University to meet our goals, we must be more successful with the students that we have, and importantly with the students that are to come. Taking into account changing demographics and a challenging economy, we must become more successful with the students who face the greatest challenges and frankly historically have been those students with whom we have been least successful. First-generation students, students from low-income households, underrepresented minorities, and adult learners. I'm pleased today that your agenda includes a focus on strategies to improve retention and graduation rates, and I very much look forward to learning about your efforts and your accomplishments. And I say with confidence that you will accomplish these goals. I say that because I know you have strong, effective, and qualified leadership to guide you. And I'm pleased now to introduce that leader. Dr. Glover, as you heard and as you know, a TSU alumni, brings outstanding credentials and leadership skills. Her experiences as a faculty member, a campus administrator, and an engaged member of the civic and business communities will serve Tennessee State University and the region and the state extraordinarily well. She's already hit the ground running. Many of you, I think, have experienced that. And I'm happy now to get out of her way and let her do the important work that she is about doing. So please join me in welcoming the 8th President of Tennessee State University, Dr. Glenda Glover.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chancellor Morgan, for the presentation introduction. I sincerely appreciate it. I am so excited about becoming a part of Tennessee State University again and traveling along with you on our journey to a new and special era in our history. I began this term with deep humility and a sincere appreciation to you. I am proud to be a TSU graduate. I feel honored and favored to now have the opportunity to serve this institution that set me on the path of where I am today. I thank and acknowledge our former presidents, both permanent and interim, who brought us to this prominence that we enjoy today. I express my sincere appreciation to our honored founders for laying the solid foundation for us today, and to Chancellor Morgan for his commitment and leadership. There are so many who have given so much: faculty, staff, students, and alumni, and the community and friends. I know it's the hard and the tireless work of many that has allowed us to realize this moment in time. In other words, I stand before you immensely grateful to each of you. I am glad to be here. I'd like to introduce the senior management, the vice presidents and the deans. The 4 vice presidents first: Dr. Millicent Lowndes Jackson, who's our interim provost, executive vice president; Ms. Cynthia Brooks, vice president for business and finance; Ms. Patricia Harrison, executive on loan and acting vice president for universal relations and development; and Dr. Dexter Samuels, vice president for student affairs. Thank you. I'd like to introduce our deans. Dr. Chandra Reddy, Dean of the College of Agriculture, Human and Natural Sciences. Forgive me for just calling you Dr. Reddy and not the entire last name. Dr. Gloria Johnson, Interim Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Keith Hargrove, Dean of the College of Engineering. Dr. Kathleen McGurney, Dean of the College of Health Sciences. Dr. Stephanie Bailey, the Interim Dean of the College of Public Service and Urban Affairs. And Dr. James Elsie, Interim Dean of the College of Business. Dr. Robert Richards, Interim Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Michael Borg, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research. And Dr. Yildiz Brinkley, Dean of Libraries. Thank you. I'd also like to ask the other members of the senior leadership to stand and also along with our associate vice presidents, our assistant vice presidents, our associate deans, and you know who you are, so will you please stand so you can be recognized. Thank you. And one more, I'd like to introduce new members of senior management who started with me on January 2nd. First, Jane Shaw Jackson, who is Vice President for Administration and Senior Advisor to the President. Kelly Sharp, who is Assistant Vice President for Public Relations and Communications. Robin Tammy Watson, Director of Corporate Relations, Foundations, and Planned Giving. And Johnny Griffin, Executive Administrative Assistant to the President. Thank you all. Any new faculty and staff who started with us since we met last August, would you please stand? Thank you very much. As we welcome a new year and come to the end of a wonderful centennial celebration, I say thanks to you for your perseverance and hard work. Why are we here today? We're not here to recite all the history and statistics about Tennessee State. In fact, in speaking with a member of senior management, I was asked if I needed statistics and data. My response is no. You're well aware of those statistics. You're well aware of that data. Today, we'll talk about the future. Our discussion of the future of Tennessee State is of such significance that I want to have as much time as necessary for you to dialogue with me that I have postponed the seminar scheduled for this morning. And we would have the entire morning to present questions and answer questions, to listen and learn from each other, and to engage in this dialogue that you have told me was important to you as faculty and staff. And that deserves a round of applause. So again, today, we will talk about the future, and I'm here to roll up my sleeves and to devise a new dynamic for addressing the opportunities and challenges that we as a university face. I'm here to work with you and for you in our pursuit of excellence and greatness. Now let's be clear. I view this as an awesome responsibility and a great privilege. I want to be reassuring to all who have graduated from this university and to all who are in attendance today. The buck will always stop with me, and I will not only hold myself accountable for achieving greatness and meeting the standards expected of an institution like Tennessee State, but I expect each of you and others to hold me accountable as well. I will do my best. I will use all my talents. I will invoke all my strengths to do the very best for Tennessee State, to carry us to unimaginable heights and unprecedented depths. I will lead by example. I will not violate the trust and the privilege of serving as president of Tennessee State. I will operate under the umbrella of fostering an environment of academic excellence in all respects through the 5 goals that will be the vision of this administration. They'll be on the screen shortly. These are academic progress and customer service, fundraising and partnerships, diversity and inclusion, shared governance, business and outreach. I'll be repeating those. But before we get to it, I mentioned earlier that I will lead by example. So today, my first act of leading by example is this: to demonstrate my commitment to TSU as an administrator and as president of this institution. I am today making a contribution to Tennessee State in the amount of $50,000. Glenda Glover Presidential Endowed Scholarship. I ask Ms. Patricia Harrison, Acting Vice President of Development, to come forward and receive these certified funds. I took a picture and I found it on the screen, but I like the two policemen to guard the character. I challenge each alumni chapter to match his contribution in full. Challenge each alumni, each individual who loves Tennessee State to match any part. Don't expect you to match $50,000, but I hope you will match some part if you love our institution and you support your university. Now, let's go back to fostering academic excellence and the 5 points of my vision: academic progress and customer service, fundraising and partnerships, diversity and inclusion, shared governance, and business outreach. Academic progress and customer service, fundraising and partnerships, diversity and inclusion, shared governance, business and outreach. The scripture in Proverbs says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Everything begins with a vision. Not just a vision, but a bold vision. One that will embrace every aspect of student success. We will begin with respect and the sense of values and attitude. I believe that respect is a driving force behind how well we will work together to achieve our common purpose, attain our goals, and become all that TSU is capable of becoming. We will leverage our efforts to advance our standards, improve technology, and allow our students to compete in a global marketplace. Our vision must be to work hard so that we will reach our targets of the Complete College Tennessee Act. This mandate, this umbrella under which we fashion our strategies to achieve this goal. Our vision is for students to graduate in higher numbers. We will carry out this vision by being inclusive. Though I am presenting the vision, it will belong to each of us. We all should embrace and carry out the vision. We will increase our graduation rates. We will increase our retention rates. We will develop online education degree programs and reach non-traditional students. We will be customer friendly. My office will be customer friendly. The office of the president works for you. We will be friendly and fair. There will be no rude comments. There will be no irritating responses. There will be no disrespect of the faculty and staff, not in the office of the president. I worked with former DC Mayor Marion, who during his first week in office terminated 15 individuals because their attitudes were not representative of an administration that works for the people. My office will be people friendly. My office will be customer friendly, and it will be student friendly. And that's the attitude I would expect from all employees at Tennessee State. To understand that we are all public servants. And if at any point you honestly feel that your attitude is such that you cannot carry out this directive, You have only to let us know, and other things will be arranged. And the same goes for teaching our students. If you are angry, you've had a bad day or night for that matter, our students are not your targets. They will not be defense chaplain because of your problems. Again, I repeat, if at any point you honestly feel that your attitude is such that you cannot carry out this directive, you have only to let us know, and other things will be arranged. Even for tenured faculty, student abuse will not be tolerated. That is a for-cause item. Fundamental fairness and due diligence will be the hallmark of this administration. Decisions will be made based on facts and data, and whether or not it makes good business sense and relates to our overall mission. Now, before we discuss the specifics of how to achieve the vision, I ask each of you to get on board with me. This plane is taking off. I had a PowerPoint about a plane taking off, but I thought it was too much drama. I didn't want that to be the focus. I'll tell you what it means to get on board. I am a hard worker. I believe in getting things done. It's important that we get it right and get it right the first time. I am not an excuse maker. I am not an excuse giver. Therefore, I neither give nor accept excuses. I am bottom line oriented. I am profit oriented. I believe in accountability. I believe in responsibility. All who work at this university have their own personal responsibility to do the job they have been assigned to do. I expect that every day that everyone will come to work to do their assigned responsibilities. Since I hold myself responsible for carrying out my responsibilities, I also hold each and every one of you responsible for carrying out your responsibilities. What does that mean? I expect the faculty to teach, the staff to support, the deans to dean. I expect development to develop. I expect academic affairs to instruct. I expect finance to be ethical. I expect student affairs to serve, the administrators to administer, the managers to manage, the directors to direct, the director of admissions to admit. I expect the registrar to register students, the planners to plan, campus police to police and protect, public relations to communicate, the cooks to cook, the janitors to janitor, the day-to-day operations to operate, and the athletes to win. And not to worry, because I want the president to be president. And I can assure you that I will do my part. I will do my job with diligence and perseverance. I will not micromanage, but I will manage. I promise you fundamental fairness. That will be the hallmark of this administration. Again, I respect freedom of speech. I appreciate your thoughts and your ideas. That's what makes us great. The sharing of ideas and information. This is higher education. And the higher we express our ideas, the more educated we become. Let's return to getting on board. Second, what does getting on board mean? I did not come here to destroy Tennessee State University or to halt its progress. I came here to be a part of the growth of the visionary future of Tennessee State. What you can count on is I'm going to lead, I'm going to try to the best of my ability to expand, to grow, and to increase the complexity and comprehensiveness of Tennessee State. We have an obligation to Nashville. We will carry out that obligation. We will continue to serve. We will present educational programs throughout Nashville and Davidson County. We'll be attempting to make Tennessee State the favorite university of the Nashville area. to work not only to make the institution pertinent to Nashville and Davidson County, but to the state of Tennessee and to this nation. We would tell our story. We would tell our own story. No one can speak for us but us. Our story, what we have achieved, our story, who we are, where we're headed. 100 years later, TSU is still vibrant, strong, and moving ahead. And I have you to thank for that. We would tell the TSU story. Third, getting on board means, since I believe in shared governance, we would practice shared governance. I need you to work with me as it pertains to shared governance efforts. I am not one who came here to fight with the faculty. But there will be times that we will disagree. I think we disagreed a couple times already. But we all have the same goals, and we want what's best for Tennessee State. We will move TSU forward together. One of the first and most important jobs of any new president is to get to know the faculty, to spend time with the faculty. I respect freedom of speech. It's one of the rights guaranteed by the United States Constitution, and I am an attorney. When it guarantees the right to express information, ideas, and opinions, free of government restrictions based on the content of that speech. So again, I respect freedom of speech. That's your political right to communicate your opinion, your ideas. I invite you to present competing ideas. Diverse answers are needed. Diversity makes us grow. Diversity in our responses makes us better. I published articles that were controversial. Articles about discrimination against African Americans in the banking industry in the state of Mississippi. Diversity is good.